Hey family, welcome into my channel. Welcome in, okay? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Happy new moon, okay? We here, we in the midst. It is what? New moon in Aquarius, okay? Also to Uranus will be coming out of retrograde, which is super big, okay? Especially for us that have big Aquarius placements. I have Aquarius moon. If you have it heavily in your chart, right? Okay, so I probably will do a separate video about that sometime tomorrow to really kind of break down that Aquarius energy for you guys so you can understand like what this is about to do. But compiled with this new moon, this is super powerful energy, okay? Realize you can have whatever you want. You can free yourself from anything that you don't want. And you can help others as well around you. And you can manifest the life that you want, okay? Understand that magic is here to help us bend this reality. It is here for us to help us create the reality that we want, okay? But we also have to take the action on our part. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this video is basically talking about, we're going to break down, okay, what's a hex, what's a curse, and, you know what I mean? What is it? Right? What is it? Okay, so when it comes to a curse, well, let's do a hex. When it comes to a hex is a X, literally, like, you know, like X marks the spot, right? And it's placed on you. Okay, so a hex could be placed on you by another person. It could be placed on you by God, spirits, deities. Like, say if you're working with a deity and you're being... Whoa, where did that come from? But yeah, say you're working with a deity, or you're working with a guy, you're working with like any type of spirit, right? Dragon spirit, whatever the case may be, and you being disrespectful, you being, you know, like that could bring a hex on you. They could do a hex on you too. Anything that has ego can give hex. So when you think about, like when people, like when I talk to y'all about the deities thing, and deities have a personality. Anything that has a personality has a ego. If we think about time not really existing, if time doesn't really exist, so like with me with the Orishas, let's use the Orishas for example. If time really doesn't exist, then me and the Orishas are existing at the same time in this one reality. The only thing that makes us think that they don't exist is time. History, his story. But if all realms are existing in one, which is why we go to sleep and we'll be like, oh, I was in Egypt, or I was here, I was there, I was in Atlantis. Oh my God, y'all. Excuse me, what in the world? Okay, so everything is existing at once. So think about that, right? And that's why when I say, you know, the flower of life, I talk about it deeply on the Patreon, but I talk about it on here too. The flower of life. Do your research if you're not on the Patreon. But we are all one energy, okay? We came from one source, right? And realizing that since they do have personality, they have ego. And they can try to, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, they can do things that will hurt you, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be, whatever they deem necessary for whatever disrespect you've done. So, number one, that's why it is always important to be respectful. Because not just with deities, not just with gods, but with everybody. You never know who the hell you're talking to. You never know who you run into. I always tell my son, you know, look, my kids around me, like, don't be doing no crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be disrespectful for no reason. Even if somebody is disrespectful to you. Like, it's just like, I use stoicism a lot on my practice. Like, is it worth it? Like, is this necessary? Is this necessary? And then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, some people fuck around and find out. And then it is what it is. But to just be disrespectful for no reason, doing things to people for no reason, that's weird. And that's behavior where it's like, when something happens to your ass, it's fuck around and find out time, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I used to be young and hot-headed or whatever the case may be. And I had to learn a lot of lessons. So it's okay if this happens. You know what I'm saying? Go get the recipe so you can cleanse yourself, all right? Now, oh my God, y'all. What in the world? Okay. Be respectful, okay? That's number one. Always be respectful in everything you do. Especially if you really understand spirituality, if you really believe in spirituality, be respectful, bro. Be respectful. Like, come on. You give what you give, bro. Now, when it comes to curses, people think like fuck shit, damn, all them is curses and stuff, but no. Curses is when somebody say something against you. Like, say if somebody says like, oh you out, like say you get into somebody or something and they be like, oh well, I wish death upon you, you're gonna die, like you're gonna die and you're gonna always be, you know what I'm saying, you're never gonna live long, like da 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 da. That's cursing you. I don't mean that. You're not gonna die. You're gonna live long. You're gonna live prosperous, okay? I don't mean that, but when people speak against your name like that and channel that emotion, that's a curse. That's a curse, okay? And that's why I tell y'all too, it's very important for us we can't be in our emotions and be reactive and do things like that, because it's ultimately most of the time things that we have to come back on or things that we have to fix. I truly apologize for all that yawning. Like, bro, what the hell? Okay, so now, also too, now we're gonna talk about removing attachments. Okay, we're removing cords, parasites. When we have sexual intercourse with people, or when we just start to, like, that's like to the closest extent. But when we have platonic relationships and we start to deal with these people, friendships, family, we build a cord, okay? And just because it's your family, just because it's your friend, don't mean that cord is healthy, right? We don't know what kind of energy that person's holding. That's why I tell y'all too, like me personally, I try to spend a lot of time alone. It's important to have alone time because number one, you need to be able to identify your own energy. If you can't identify your energy, you don't know when you're being spiritually attacked. You don't know when an energy's on you. You don't know that if you're drained, it's because energy is sucking the life out of you. You don't know that because you don't know what your energy is. You're not tapped into, okay, well, this is my frequency. You don't know that. So it's kind of hard to tell if I have an attachment or entities on me or cords on me or a parasite is trying to suck my energy. It's kind of hard to tell that when you're not in tune with your energy. You understand what I'm saying? How do I be in tune with my energy? That's what I'm saying. That's solitude. Remember I told y'all on here, one of my wellness tips, it is important and imperative that you spend at least an hour a day to yourself. Some people don't never be by themselves. I remember before I got on my spiritual journey when I was in college, I was so scared to even be at the house by myself. You can't be like that. You gotta know what it's like to be alone. You gotta feel okay being alone so you know. And if you don't feel okay being alone, that is a sign. Okay? That's a fucking sign. That is depression, all that. When you start to feel like all that sadness and shit for no reason, you feeling drained or you don't want to get out the bed or this, and the third. Those are energy attachments. Now, that's another thing. Like I said, okay, being around people too. Now, if you ain't around nobody and you still experiencing this shit and you done cleanse yourself, That environment may have entities in there that are trying to suck the life out of you. This is real spill, real shit. Wake up, okay? For real. It may be parasitic spirits around. But if you're not aware of what your energy is like, also too, I recommend going out to nature. Ground yourself. Sit with yourself in nature. If you feel like it's your house haunted, sit with yourself in nature. And if you still feel those same things, it's attached to you. It's on you. And now you got to cleanse yourself. Now you got to get it off you. Because everybody else going to do it for you. Not no YouTube reading. Not no none of that shit. You need to get it off you. If you are unsure, book a reading with a trusted source. Book it with me. Book it with somebody else you trust. Get clarity. But if you know for sure, take action. And I recommend these practices every month, once a month. But this depending on, your lifestyle. But 11 o'clock. But if you are, especially if you are a healer, shaman, spiritual worker, I recommend twice a week. I mean, not twice a week. Shit, some of y'all might need twice a week. The type of work y'all might be doing. But I recommend every 2 weeks. Depending, you know what I'm saying? Maybe every week. When I was working heavily, I was doing it every week, okay? But you also want to make sure, too, if you are a shaman, you are a spiritual healer, you are doing it with other people, you want to have some type of form of cleansing yourself before and after everything. But these cleanses that I'm going to give you are more so for extreme, like, these is for, like, when you feel like, you can use it for low-end cases, too, but this is for, like, I need help. Like, I am about to, like, from the extreme of I want to kill myself because this shit is traumatizing, to maybe middle level where it's like I can't get peace. I need peace of mind. Every time I'm alone, I have negative thoughts. Every time I'm going somewhere, I can't stop thinking. I think everybody's against me. Everybody's staring at me. Everybody wants to put negative shit on me. I can help you get that shit up off you because I've been there. And that shit ain't cool. And it's not comfortable. And it's not no way to live your life. Okay? And 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially for my people that's in the light, that's on social media, that's, social media adds that extra presence of evil eye. Evil eye is real. Haters are real. And if you don't know how to protect yourself, because I'm going to be teaching methods too on that video of how to protect yourself through a lot of different ways. Okay? But if you don't know how to protect yourself, a lot of people could be sending you mental magic. And you think it's you. 1313 on the clock. That secret society shit. Ooh, did I say that? Ooh. But even outside of that shit, these little low vibrational witches and warlocks on the low vibrational shit. We talked about demons. We know what that is now. We talked about that in the reading. Broke that down. These lower vibrational demons and angels. You feel me? Like, however, whatever the case may be, whatever label you want to put on that motherfucker. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to live life like that. What I'm about to say. We talked about the evil eye. We talked about cursing. Yeah, like, and evil eye is another form of cursing. Because somebody is hating on you. They sending you that negative ass energy. They hating. I know how it go. People hate on me every day. I don't give a fuck. I stay protected, bitch. You feel me? Like, heavily, spiritually strapped. And when you do these things, I'm going to tell you how to keep yourself protected so that you don't have to worry about this shit leaking into your aura. But when you not sealing your aura, get down, baby. Get down. Thank you. When you're not sealing your aura, when you're not closing it up, and you just getting out the spiritual bath like boom, or you just getting out of the cleanser, smoke cleanser, whatever you do, whatever you doing, and you not, you know what I'm saying? It's a way to do this shit. And that's why I built the Patreon, because number one, like, I've always told y'all to do your own research. Like, y'all can't just take what people give you. But now that's why I built the Patreon. So if you want step by step, you want baby walk, you want to be making sure you get every step, you don't want to do no research for yourself, okay, go over there. Go over there. That's where the details is at. That's where the details is at. I'm going to walk you through step by step tonight. 12 o'clock. On the dot, I'm dropping a video. Okay? And, yeah, you know, and even, like, you could be cursed as a child. You feel me? You could have went through so much stuff as people, parents talking on your name, and now you have built a negative attachment. And I'm a form of this. I grew up with a lot of fucking defeated ass people talking to me, making me feel defeated as fuck, and had to break free from that shit. But I understood that because I had a high calling over my life, people was gonna come against me in so many ways. Parents, friends, all that. Family, all that. Okay, so if you are interested, once I post it, well, once this goes up, the link tree will be posted right there. Hit the link tree, hit Patreon. Go ahead and join. It's only going to be on the Bestie tab. The Fam Bam tab is going to have stuff, but it's not going to have this. This one's not going on there specifically. So, yeah, go ahead and join. And like I told y'all, it's serious. The Patreon is serious. If you're not ready to do the work, if you're not ready to take action, don't get it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Cause if you lazy, you don't. If you lazy and you don't want to take the advice, you don't want to read, you don't want to listen. Like, hey, don't waste your time. But if you ready to change, you ready to really go ahead and elevate yourself and move on from these toxic ass cycles that you keep going through, you don't understand why you keep going through it, or you keep attracting the same people, different bodies. Hey, okay? I love y'all, love yourself. Peace.